Hey everyone, it's Carol from Carol's Creative Corner. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty well. I'm anxious to show you the fourth card of the Memories and More pack. We'll be using the Just Jade card base in this next card, and we'll be using another one of my favorite sets from the annual catalog, and that's Birds and Branches. So I'm going to flip the camera over. I'm going to show you this card and show you how to make it. And do remember though, if I miss any dimensions, any colors, and you need to know more about how to make this card, go out to my blog at Carol's Creative Corner. Up at the menu bar, there will be a blog. Go to blog, and then under that is a drop down that'll say Project Library. Pick the card that you want the directions for, and this card will be out there. So search for this card, and then any details you needed to know about the card should be posted, including all the supplies that I use, all the dimensions, but I'll try and mention as much as I can during this video. So thanks again in advance for watching, and I'm going to go ahead and let's get started. Okay, so here is today's card using the Birds and Branches and the stamp set, the dies, and of course the Memories and More card pack with its beautiful matching envelope. So this is card number 4 if you've been watching my series of videos, and so I'll show you everything that we use in this card, and then I'll show you how we put it together. So the Birds and Branches, of course, I love birds. And so this is the bundle, Birds and Branches, and the dies. And I haven't begun to use all the dies in this set, but I can't wait to use this beautiful border. In today's card, we did use this this beautiful branch frame. I have also seen cards where they take a circle and they cut it out. So in today's card, we just used it as the border. But you can also cut it out and then lay it anywhere on your card. So that's awfully nice too. And what I really like about this set is they give you birds in both directions. And the die cuts for birds in both directions. So you don't have to do any mirroring of your stamps or anything like that. I don't know what it is about these little eggs, but they stamp beautifully. You can tell that they're all distinctive stamps, meaning that, you know, they look sort of 3D and they have some depth to them just by the way they're shaded. So I love that. And then I just have to show you these little eggs. They're just the cutest thing. And I used Pool Party paper with Coastal Cabana ink. Now, aren't they gorgeous? They're just the sweetest thing. I love these eggs. And what's nice about it is that you stamp 3 of them and then you cut 3 of them, and they cut beautifully. As you can see, they're just all evenly spaced, and it's just a beautiful thing. So I love these little eggs. I want to put them everywhere. They'll be fun for an Easter project too, a little nest and some eggs. And of course it has this gorgeous branch. Love this too with the berries, and then of course you can always accent the berries with gems or that type of thing. And then it has these birds that have feet, and then it also has feet that you can cut out, plus some additional shapes. So I need to mention on this card, see, it does have like a flower design in it, and same with this one here. It's got this flower and this flower here. So in my case, though, I don't know why I wanted to have smaller flowers. So I used a couple of flowers from Well Written Framelits. There's 3 of them. So what was nice, of course, I like fast and easy. There was 3 of them all together. I could just cut them out. No stamping, and so that's where I got the flowers. But you could easily, you don't need to use go to Well Written and get that pack of dies. It does have flowers in it, and you can use them right out of the set and then be able to die cut them. So wonderful, versatile set. And so I'll show you the pieces that I cut out and then how we assembled this card. So here I used a piece of 3x4 piece of Just Jade cardstock, and I laid the die over it and ran it through the die cut. Now, a couple of times my paper, I'm going to use this for contrast, my paper actually moved. And so when that happened, this actually got cut out. But that wasn't a problem because in this design, we're actually going to cover up the bottom with the nest. So it really didn't make a difference. So you don't have to worry so much if this one, you know, as you can see, that just got die cut at the very edge. I centered it as much as I could, but sometimes it got cut out. But that's okay. That's going to work just fine. So, so then we used this piece, and then we used, I used soft suede cardstock with soft suede ink for the nest and die cut that. For the birds, I used crumb cake and soft suede. And I already told you about the little eggs. I used Pool Party with Coastal Cabana ink. And so we have all our pieces to our card, except I think I need this inside piece. Here we go. I got a piece of white cardstock, and so what I did is I adhered it to the inside. So I'm going to do that first. I'm going to adhere this to the white piece of cardstock so that we have something on the background. Of course, that may not do it, but we'll see. We have something to stamp on the background. And before I assemble this card, I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment on the inside. So I'm going to use soft suede that goes with the rest of the card. That's the main color that we use for the birds and the nest. So I'm just going to center that in there and give it a stamp. There we go. So thinking of you. And now we're ready to assemble our the rest of our card. So I'm going to pull out the card base. And I'm going to close my ink pad. You ever do that? I get so anxious to put my card together, I forget to close my ink, and then I have it on something that I don't want. So here we go. We're going to use this way. We're going to lay the card horizontally this time. And I cut this piece of Just Jade 3x4, which fits perfectly inside the Memories and More card base, and so then allows you to use these dots as part of your design. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and adhere that to the card. And you know what? I just noticed, well, I think it'll be fine. I notice a little white showing, and I don't want that, so I'm going to trim a little bit of it off. Okay, now we're ready to put it and center it on our card. So there we have the Thinking of You. And now we're ready to decorate, which I love. Okay, so I did pop the nest up on dimensionals, and then everything is going to fit inside that. So here we go. We're going to put our nest on, and it is going to cover a little bit of these dots, and that's quite all right. It's going to sit near the bottom of our card, and it'll sit like maybe right about there. And then we have this bird. I think we're going to put him right here. And I did two things for him. I did a dimensional on his head because he kind of sits, he straddles. So I put a little glue on his belly, and then a dimensional for his head so that he doesn't bend on the card. And yet I want him sitting on the nest. So I got a little tape for him. Well, I guess I didn't put it on the belly, I put it on the tail. Hope that won't be a problem, but we'll see. Okay, and we'll have him sitting kind of like that, overlooking the nest. Isn't that sweet? And then we have the other bird, and he's facing the other way. So he's going to be like flying in. So I have him on a dimensional. So I'm actually going to put him up on 2 dimensionals, you know, also so that he doesn't bend, he or she. What would be the male would be bringing food to the nest, right? Okay, so there we go. And then we have our little eggs, and we're just going to use adhesive on that and tuck them inside the nest. So let me just flip them all over. Put a little adhesive on the back. Oop. Oh, not wanting to roll, not wanting to rock and roll. Here we go. All right, we've got 3 of them with adhesive on. And so we're just going to tuck them in and arrange them kind of scattered and tilted and like that. Aren't they sweet? I just love those little eggs. Anyway, that's just me. All right, so now what are we missing? We're missing our flowers. So I'm going to take 3 of these little flowers that we got out of the Well-Written Dies, framelits, I guess they call them. But like I said, you can, and I used Melon Mambo as my cardstock color for these flowers. And so we'll put one right here. I might put one up here and one up here. And you notice that these little flowers, they have a little center cut out of them. And use that with my Pick-a tool. I know that's not the exact name, but you know what I mean. It has a little sharp tip. So I'm going to put the little gold accents on the flower, each of the middles, and it fits perfectly in there. So they come in gold and silver, and I use them for a lot of accents. So there we go. And then our last piece is our gingham ribbon. Isn't this beautiful? I love gingham ribbon. Why? Because it's just so sweet. It's sweet, and it comes in a combo pack. It's called Flowers for Every Season Ribbon Combo Pack. So it comes with this beautiful twine, which is blue, and it's got some silver in it that goes really well with our Misty Moonlight cardstock. And of course, this gingham, which goes great with Just Jade, and then this beautiful white, really soft cotton ribbon. It's really, really pretty and soft. So I love that ribbon. I used it on a few cards, and the bow comes out puffy and just so beautiful. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and we're going to use this gingham bow, and we're going to put that on the front. And there we go. There we have it. We have our card. Oops, it didn't stick too good. Never decide, hey, this ribbon looks good either way. That's what I like about it. So I like that. Sometimes the bows don't look good on one side, look better on one side than another. And there, we picked up our glue dot with our bow. I like to tighten them and then straighten them out a little bit. And there we go. And I might cut that end off a little. He's a little long for what I like. So there we go. So there's your finished card, and with birds and branches. And so there's so much more. I'm not done with this set by any means. I can't wait to work with the other pieces. I hope you enjoyed this card. I hope you have the chance to make it and then give it and send it to someone. So have a great day, everyone, and happy stamping.